Hey, movie lovers. You can enjoy Real Nerds Podcast in many ways. You can go to our website, realnerdspodcast.com. There you'll find articles and the podcast. You can go to our YouTube channel, and you will see the Real Nerds Pod Show. We're also on Blue Sky. Hey, did you know Facebook is still a thing for people? Yep, we're on there too. We are also on Threads. There are many ways to interact with us. All our film adventures are posted on Instagram. If you have a social media account, you can find the Real Nerds Podcast.
Camera, action!
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd can...
talk film! I'm sorry.
Take it outside.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action!
Hey, all you cool movie goers and listeners to our podcast. Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, where every week we see a new movie and we podcast our experience to the world. I am Ryan. I am joined by
Brad.
And Brad, this week, I 2 weeks ago you talked about this movie and I wanted to see it so bad.
Nice,
and
I really sold it.
You did. So our movie of the week is Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. Stay tuned where we'll recommend the film or not, play the trailer, then spoil the movie. And for a comedy, there's a lot of spoilers in this movie.
Yeah,
because the way it plays out, it doesn't play out like you think it is. You teased it when you were talking about it, and I know you didn't want to spoil it for me, so I'm glad you undersold it because spoilers, the movie's fucking awesome. We'll also talk about the films we watched throughout the week. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yep.
We watch movies and have fun.
We're the best at it.
Fucking A, we are. We're got invited back to Fan Expo. Hopefully we'll be able to attend. So, yeah, that's in the works. We're going for an 80s talk show kind of vibe. I talked about Wayne's World 2 last week. It's kind of the same thing. Parents' basement, 1980s, neon.
Wood panel walls.
Wood paneling. We're going to have video VHS cassettes in there, right?
Yeah.
On shelves and probably movie posters. I'm sure it'll be conceptualized. I do know we'll have a sofa like a talk show, and we'll have somewhere we're all
Yeah, we
sit
have to carry your desk.
Yeah.
I don't want like a heavy wood thing to carry
I'm not
around.
going to do that at
Yeah.
all.
But it has to be cool.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Anyway.
We always do. We work the best under pressure.
Yeah.
I think so anyways.
I do.
Yeah.
I gotta design this shit. Yeah. You gotta figure out what stickers. Yeah.
Yeah, you're really good at that. Once you figure out how our logo is going to look, then we'll have some cool stickers. Our still popular is one that I came up with is Hell to the Nerds. So we'll think of something cool.
Yeah.
I think we should make this stickers like Prism or something. You know, I'll show you. I got it when 80s style from my hand-drawn Mega Man.
Yeah, I think I know.
Guide.
You mean like hologram?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive.
We make so much money off this podcast, it shouldn't matter, Brad.
Yeah. I mean, you heard all those ads at the beginning of the show, right?
Real ads, too, I heard.
Yeah. Warby Parker, Blue Chew, all those ads that we...
Just a bunch of Viagra ones.
Yeah.
Or what do they show on those channels? The MyPillow ads. I mean, I never do that, but you know what I mean? It's those kind of sham wow or whatever it is. Hey, other dog. So, yeah, that's what we do. So, Brad, I've been... Resident Evil 9 comes out next week. So, I've been trying to beat one of my PlayStation games because the games now on PlayStation 5 are always 100 gigs or more. And so, I always have to make room. Obviously, I have a PlayStation account, so I always have the saves, but you have to have room on your hard drive. Not only do I have a hard drive, I also have 1 terabyte extended storage on my PlayStation, and I still run out of room. Because some games I won't delete. My Mortal Kombat 1 is 189 gigs.
That's like as big as some of my 40-hour film projects.
Yeah, no, it's huge. So I got Gotham Knights when it came out. In fact, I got the pre-order extra Bat Cycle from it, which absolutely adds nothing to the game. It's purely cosmetic. It's just a pre-order bonus. And I am a big fan of Batgirl. I don't know if people know that. I love Barbara Gordon. I collect her comics. I really love the 1970s Barbara Gordon because the comics are so stupid. There's this one. It's one of my favorite Batman covers ever. It's actually, I think, from the 60s. I think it's 1966 or 68. And it's a really early appearance of Batgirl. But on it, she is reaching up to get to the bat of Batman. And on his cape, it has "Kick Me." And so she's trying to take it off. It's really stupid. And the comic is not that great. The art's incredible. Anyways, so in Gotham Knights, have you played Gotham Knights?
No.
So it's a spin-off of Arkham, and in it, Batman dies. And the story is you pick either Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, or Red Hood. They each all have their own strengths and weaknesses. Because I love Batgirl, I'm going to be Batgirl. But you can change them on the fly. You don't have to stay them. Well, you have to go back to the Belfry, but you can change them for each mission. But I'm just... I'm really bad at this. I looked up online. It said the game takes 12 to 14 hours to beat. And I go, okay, I can do that. But what they don't tell you is that's what it takes to beat the A story. So, if you go straight, which is really cool. It deals with, since Batman dies, there's kind of this, and people don't really know. They just know that he's gone because they have a funeral for Bruce Wayne. But the Court of Owls shows up, which is a really cool story from, 10, 12 years ago. And they're fighting the League of Shadows with Talia al Ghul not in charge of him anymore. And Ra's dies in a battle with Batman. That's how Batman dies. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just focus on this. But it's an open world game. So I'm playing it and I go, oh, there's these clown gang that's called the Freaks. So I decide to beat them up, like one wants to do. And they tell you to interrogate them. So I interrogate one, and you find out that you need to go visit Harley Quinn. So not only the main story, it's 13 hours. But there's all these side stories. And it has 4 villains. The Penguin, who is legit now. He's running the Iceberg Lounge, but you have to see him and he'll give you missions. And then the 3 villains that are really cool is Harley Quinn, Mr. Freeze, and Clayface. And each one has detective work involved in it and a theme throughout the city and you have to meet certain goals to unlock their stories further. So Mr. Freeze obviously wants to freeze Gotham. And I got really distracted playing it. And so now I've put in 37 hours into it because I wanted to beat all these other side villains, which I guess there's even other ones, but I've kind of not done that. But the combat isn't as fluid as Arkham series. The places that you go to fight the bad guys repeat themselves a lot. So it doesn't feel as open as it should be, and it's not easy to navigate. When I play Spider-Man, I can pick areas and I recognize them, whether it's, George Washington Bridge or Avengers Tower, Empire State Building. But there's this cool, it's always raining there, and they have this cool effect because it's on the PlayStation 5 of being reflective, and the rain runs off their costumes, and they each have, 40 costumes. And you have to pick the right one depending on the villain. They have certain weaknesses, and if you don't do it right, which I found out through Mr. Freeze, took me about 30 minutes to beat him. But then I was like, oh, this is like an RPG, and they each have weaknesses. So the other villains weren't as tough. So yeah, so I have that. I'm playing Resident Evil 9 in a week, and my plan to quickly beat that game backfired.
Clearly.
Because then I get the story is really good too, because Talia al Ghul is out of leading the League of Shadows, allegedly, and so you have to meet her around town, and the penguin's going straight, and it's really cool. Harley Quinn is giving these pills to people, and she's Dr. Q in it, and it's making them do her bidding. So they're called the Freaks, and then her grunts are people that have hyena like heads and stuff, and obviously Mr. Freeze, they have freeze guns, and so it's just like this premise is really cool, and the story is really interesting. I still think Batman's going to show up at the end. It seems a little too convenient that he's dead.
Yeah.
But I don't know yet because I keep on getting sidetracked. And you ride your bat cycle through the city. I mean, you can fast travel if you want. I do every once in a while, but I like to use the bat cycle because as I go through and the crimes are happening, you can eject from it and just beat people up. And sometimes you beat up the cops, and it's fun. And so I didn't get anything done.
Yeah, I've actually been playing Breath of the Wild again.
Nice.
Just in a nicer resolution, I guess.
Yeah. Does it make a difference? I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah,
I'm still playing Donkey Kong.
Now that I've like settled into it, it doesn't really visually I don't see a huge difference. Does it perform
better though?
But now that I think about it, like definitely when I go to the Deku Tree, like there's no slowdown running around that area. So yeah, I haven't run into any like frame rate issues or anything.
Because I think in 2 weeks, I think Super Mario Wonder gets the enhancement.
Yeah. But yeah, now I'm in a place where like I'm a little bored because like I don't know how I generated so many rupees like to get a lot of stuff because I'm like I've beaten 2 like divine beasts or whatever, and I've been hit. I've already got the Korok mask and all that, but like I don't have like I've only got like 3 outfits. I'm like, did I find these? Did I buy them? I swear if I buy them, I'm going to find them in a treasure chest somewhere and be really pissed that I spent like 3,000 rupees when I could have just got it in the chest. So I'm trying not to like go through like look for cheats and things to figure out like, oh, it's over here. I'm just trying to experience the game naturally. So yeah, it's like, but I'm like at a point where I'm like, I could do side quests, but I don't want to do the side quests. I just want to find the stuff and like explore places. And I'm just like remembering like, and also like the shrines. I haven't been to a single shrine where I felt like I did it before. Like I had to look up online being like, is the Breath of the Wild like switched to, are they new quests? And they said like, no, it's the exact same. I'm like, I don't remember playing any of these. Like,
yeah, sometimes when you go
like these puzzles seem all new
away from a game for a while, you've played it, but have you? I do that a lot in Resident Evils because I play them a lot, and I go, I know I've done this, but have I done it?
Yeah.
And obviously I did because I'll have trophies and stuff for doing it, but I feel you. Yeah.
Anyway,
I forgot to play Corinne's.
You did.
Showtime.
I was about to tell you.
So we're gonna save it for this week. Hey, Corinne, tell us what's on your mind.
Hey nerds, Corinne here for another installment of Showtime where I tell you all about something cool I've been watching lately. I know it's been a minute since I did a Showtime. As of recording this, it is mid-February, so I wanted to go through a few things I've watched lately, just kind of rapid fire, but there is something I want to highlight, and I'll save that till the end. So let's start on the movies. I had some movie nights with some friends. We watched movies I'd never seen before. We watched, I forget the name of it, but it's like, I think it's called Begin Again. It has Mark Ruffalo and Keira Knightley in it. It's about musicians in New York City, and just like the Mark Ruffalo plays like a music producer. Keira Knightley is this a songwriter who is visiting with her boyfriend, played by Adam Levine. He's this like big, he's a musician. He just did a movie, and he's trying to do this like, next big album to like really, launch him into the stratosphere of stardom. And she gets taken along for the ride, and he essentially, he cheats on her, he breaks up with her, or she breaks up with him. And so she's in New York. She's just, she just happens to go to this open mic night with a friend, and she plays one of her songs, and that's where Mark Ruffalo sees her. And you see like the journey that he went on, so that he, how he ended up at the open mic night and why he was in the state he was in, because he was like totally drunk. And they end up collaborating and doing this album together, and it's just like a journey that they go on. And it's about like, music and, the importance of music and songs and art. So I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I liked it for the most part. It was mostly fun because I was with my friends and we were just kind of, they even admitted, because they had seen it before many times, and so they were like, we were watching you and your reactions. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Yeah, there was a moment toward the end where Mark Ruffalo and Keira Knightley's characters are like saying goodbye to each other, and they just kind of like linger, like they hug or something, and then they like kind of separate, but they don't quite break away from each other. And I was like, I literally made the motion with my arms to like break them apart. I was like, nope, 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 you two should not get together. Like, end this right now. Go your separate ways. Like, you could still collaborate, but don't like get together, kind of. So, yeah, so it was fun. I don't know. I recommend it, I guess, if you like music. And it was kind of fun because I was like, wow, this movie is totally a musical because there are, of course, a bunch of song numbers in it. And so part of the reason we ended up watching this movie that I'll talk about in a second is because we were looking up the song numbers, and we were like, oh, the one that Adam Levine sings at the end of the movie was nominated for an Oscar, but it lost to Glory from Selma. And I was like, oh, I've never seen Selma. And they're like, okay, we're doing another movie night. You got to watch Selma. So, yeah, we watched Selma. I had never seen it before. And I mean, it's another one of those movies that's like, there are some scenes that were just so hard to watch. But it's also like a really, really well-made movie. And there was like a scene at the very beginning, I guess mild spoilers. It opens with like Martin Luther King is getting his Nobel Peace Prize. And then you see the sequence of him getting the prize. And then it cuts to these girls walking down a stairwell in their church. And they're just talking, they're just having a good time. And then all of a sudden it just blows up. And I was like, what the hell? Like, it literally just like, I was just in shock. Like, it jump scared me because it's just like, I was not expecting that whatsoever. They were just talking, they were just having a good time, goofing around. I did wonder, like, what is the connection here? What's going on? Who are these people? And then boom, they die. And I was like, what? It was shocking and sad. And of course, you know, the story plays out from there. But I'm gonna pronounce his name wrong, but David something. The guy who plays MLK in the movie. I was talking about it with my friends, and I was like, that name sounds familiar. And they go through his credentials, and they're like, oh, well, you know, he was in this movie, he was in this, you know, I'm like, no, that doesn't sound right. And I look on the IMDb page, and I was like, oh, that's it. He was in Star Wars Rebels. He's the voice actor for Agent Kallus. And I'm like, yeah, it checks out that it's like, he's in all these other prestigious movies, and he was nominated for an Oscar. It's like, no. I don't know him for any of that. I know him because he was in Star Wars. Like, that's how I know him. And even then, like, I'd never seen his face. Like, I'd only ever heard his voice because of the voice role. Yeah, so Selma, again, great movie. It was really messed up because, like, we watched it, what was that, Monday night? And then, like, Tuesday, Reverend Jesse Jackson died. And I was like, what is happening? Like, I did this. I blame myself. It's like, I don't know, something that, it's like the bad version of what happened with Spaceballs, where my friends and I watched Spaceballs for a movie night, and then, like, 3 days later, they announced they were doing Spaceballs 2. And I'm like, this is the bad version of that. It was like, we watched Selma, and then the next day, Reverend Jesse Jackson dies. So that's hilarious, but morbidly hilarious. So on the TV shows, a lot of them are back from the winter break. Not all of them. Ghost isn't back yet, but Abbott Elementary has been good. I caught up on St. Dennis Medical because I hadn't watched season 2 at all this year. I watched season 1 last year and it was good. But I just kept seeing the promos, like when I was watching football or something, and I was like, oh yeah, St. Dennis Medical, like, I'll just have to binge watch it. So I did. Season 2 has been pretty good so far. I'd say it's like a little bit above season 1 in terms of quality. But yeah, it's not like anything to write home about, but I think it's an entertaining watch. So, but Abbott Elementary is great. The 5th season has been pretty solid so far. They did have this, I guess, mild spoilers if you care, but they did have this arc midway through season 5, the season they're currently on, where their school gets like flooded, and so they have to have temporary school in an old mall, and it was really fun just to see everybody in a different environment. And I'm like looking around, and they even like had so many jokes about like all the defunct stores and the all the memories that, you know, young people made in the mall, and now they're old adults and stuff. So yeah, I did it home because I was like, the mall that I went to as a kid, like our neighborhood mall it is closing. There's only like 2 stores left, and the inside of the mall is getting like redone and it's like being made into a tech center now or something. That's weird. So the big thing I wanted to talk about is I'm back on my anime bullshit. I watched one a couple weeks ago that I don't want to talk about too much. It wasn't terrible, but it was very uneven. It was called Love is a Prism. It's on Netflix. I think that's what it's called. But it was about these art students in London. I thought it was supposed to be more of just kind of like it is set in a specific time and place, but it's more like kind of like a what if, like a fantastical like AU scenario. But no, it's based on like real history, and then like things go down in like World War I and stuff. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, it was kind of uneven. Like there were some parts of it I really liked, but then and the artwork was gorgeous, but some of the characters and their like the direction and the animation on them specifically, like the main gal was just very like tropey, like very anime, where it's like she's like very over enthusiastic and she has like all these wild movements and like crazy reactions, and it doesn't fit the tone of the story like at all, and like none of the other characters really do it, especially not to the same level as she does. So it was just very distracting. It got old very fast. But I was like, well, I like anime, but I don't want to watch this show. How about I try something else? And I'd heard for many months about this anime called Frieren Beyond Journey's End. And it was one of those shows, it was like Doctor Who, where I knew once I watched it, I would love it. Just based on everything I'd heard about the premise and the vibe and the tone of it. And what do you know? I was right. I am roughly halfway through it, the first season. I freaking love it. It's just, it is a mood. Like, it is very, like, it's anime, but it's also not. I don't know. It's very slow. It's very unconventional. It literally starts at the end of this, the Frieren, she's the main character. She has been on a 10-year quest with these companions of hers. And then the very first episode is the end of that quest. And then so they're just talking like, oh yeah, like we defeated the Demon King and blah, 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 blah. And like in the span of like 3 episodes, like 75 years passes, because Frieren is an elf. So she lives, maybe like 10,000 years or, however long. She lives like thousands of years. So like 75 years passes, and, you basically have like this whole new set of characters. And, I don't know how much I want to give away, but it's very just like methodical, or not methodical. It's like very reflective. It's a lot of like looking back on the past with context you didn't have before. Like that's a lot of what happens in the show, is that Frieren is traveling the same path that she was on before with her initial group of companions that we didn't get to see. And she's going back, and as she's learning more things, she's kind of recontextualizing the interactions that she had in the past, and she's bringing them into the present. And she's like, making certain decisions of like how she treats her current companions, better or worse, depending on what she remembers from the first trip. So it's kind of hard to explain, but it really is just like a vibe. The best way I could explain it is like, like those days when it's just like, it's a very slow, like Saturday or Sunday, you're just out at a park, you've got like a picnic blanket and a book, and you're just like sitting under a tree, and you just kind of like start to doze off. Like that's really the vibe that Frieren has. There are some fight scenes, and they are well done, but they're few and far between. It really is just very slow, very meditative, very introspective. So it's totally my jam. Yeah. So because there's 28 episodes in the first season, I was like, well, I don't want to binge watch it. I want to sit with this. I want to actually go on a journey with this show. So I decided I'm going to watch roughly 1 episode a day. There have been a few days where I doubled up because I was like, I know I'm going to be busy, so I'm not going to be able to watch an episode for like 2 or 3 days. So yeah, there were a couple of times where I like doubled up and I watched like 2 or 3 back to back, but I'm limiting myself to 1 episode per day. So I'm like on episode 18 right now, and it's been great. So I think they are releasing season 2 right now. So once I'm done with season 1, I'll have to find a way to watch season 2, but yeah, I really like it. Unfortunately, like the manga is ongoing, so I'm like, damn it. Like, this story is probably not going to end for a very long time. But I'm just enjoying season 1 so far. So, Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. Season 1 is on Netflix. Check it out if you want, I guess. But I will talk to you guys next time about something. Until then, keep it real, nerds. Bye.
Weird. Corinne's talking about anime again and some sort of mall. Wichita's weird, bro. Have I told you?
Wichita Mall. I was like,
Have I told you about the statues that are randomly on the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to bring that up every time she talks about her hometown, just because. Anyways, thanks, Corinne, for sending it in. Sorry, I forgot it last week. As we were doing the show this week, I go, wait a minute. I think I forgot something. Yeah. Anyways, Brad, the movie we saw this week, well, I saw this week, you saw like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Is Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. Do you recommend this film?
Absolutely, I do.
Nice. I do too. In fact, it might keep going up for me. I think it requires repeated viewings.
Yeah. I saw it a while ago, and I've been meaning to see it again. But yeah, it's not homework because it's so much fun.
Yeah,
And, like,
no, it's awesome.
You won't know from the trailer, but there's like this homage to a beloved franchise.
Yes.
And, like as soon as that happened, I was like, "This is my jam."
Yeah. Here's a trailer for Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie.
Watch out! Watch out!
What's going on here?
It's just, well, this is actually kind of hard to explain.
Time machine plan. This is going to be the last plan you and I ever have to do. And as far as I'm concerned, Nirvana the band is playing the Rivoli tonight. We have the RV, deck it out like the DeLorean. Ah! So it's a full-time machine. Okay, watch this. Hold on to your butts. The time machine worked, and we are in 2008.
Oh my God. Matt, it's 2008.
I told you! Real goths. We are trapped. How can we use this to get a show at the Rivoli?
No, that's secondary now.
This could have insane ramifications.
Oh, Richard. You really f***ed us up.
I did not do anything. I see. You're like, work's done for the day. We've done too much. It's time to play. I'm like Teen Wolf. A little bit, right? No! Come check us out at the Rivoli later.
Do you have a show at the Rivoli?
We could be playing any day. Right off the bat, they're going to ask for an encore.
Hold on first now.
No! Ladies and gentlemen, you're probably wondering who we are. We are Nirvana the band. If you're watching this in theaters, thank your lucky stars.
So I didn't know what to expect from this movie. You explained it to me a couple weeks ago. So
What are you looking for?
Oh, I'm just making sure I get things right in it.
Yeah. So these two guys, they're a duo band, and their dream is to play a set at this place called the Rivoli. Like it's not like a big deal club or anything. It's just like their neighborhood venue.
Matt always has these harebrained ideas.
How to do that?
One is the flyer scheme, where they just post a flyer outside the gig saying they're going to play there, and when they see it, then people are going to let them play there instead of them just asking.
Yeah,
which actually happens later in the movie, which is brilliant. But what I love about this movie is it's really smart, while it's saying that it's like they're playing it dumb. But they have these weird, awkward beats in the film where, so he says, "Okay, I have another idea. Oh man, I almost knocked over our Orbits bottle. This has to be the last Orbits bottle of all time." And as they're doing it, I said, "Man, I remember Orbits. That's awesome." So his plan at the beginning is the 7th inning stretch, where they're gonna go climb to the top of the CN Tower, skydive into the open dome of the Rogers or Sky Dome, wherever it's called, during the 7th inning of the Toronto Blue Jays game, and
That'll generate buzz
Yes.
to make the Rivoli say like, "Hey, you should do a
Yeah,
show."
we have to do it. And so for their plan to work, see, I don't know anything about the CN Tower.
Canadian.
Yeah, I know it's really tall.
Yeah.
But what I loved is he goes to a hardware store and they pick this random guy, and I love this guy has nothing to do with. If he's an actor in the movie, bravo, sir. But you don't know what they're doing there, and he goes in and he says, "Hey, I want to know if this will cut a rope." and he says, like, I don't a safety rope. I want to jump off the CN Tower. And the guy says, "I don't think you should be doing that." And he says, "Shit, but will it work?" He said, "I don't know if I should tell you." he's trying to ask if these
Avoid liability. Yeah.
So anyways, they show up at the tower and they go into security. And he asks what he has the wire cutters for. He says, "Oh, I cut my pants." And the security guard says, "Okay, you guys are good to go."
We should also, like, we haven't said yet. So this movie is kind of like the story, like the documentary style, like story parts of like Jackass in style, where it's like they've got a whole story going on, but it's like intermixed with like
real people. It's
real people on the street.
And they have people that are acting in it, but there's people that are definitely not
Just bystanders. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it comes back a couple times in the movie, and it's brilliant.
Yeah. And the magic is like, you're kind of wondering like, okay, if this is all shot impromptu on the street, like how did they get away with this?
Yeah.
Because the stunts and like everything is just like, how without permits, how did you do this stuff?
Yeah. Because, man, and then they go up to the top. And so he needed the wire cutters because you're attached to a safety harness to walk out on the deck of the CN Tower. And I forget what he does, but he does something with it, and fuck. But he's up at the top, and he doesn't take the pliers out right away, and they're trying to get the jumpsuit over their backpack that have parachutes in them. It's just really visually, it's really funny. And so yeah, they go up there and they
Well, the one friend like he can't do it, and so Matt pushes him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he can't do it. And as they're going down, the roof is closing for the stadium. So when they land on there, they just land on the roof.
Yeah, they timed it wrong, and they realize they have to jump now because the roof is closing. They end up on the roof.
But I love, too, the cut after they're on the roof. It just cuts to the firefighters helping them. Like, "Thanks, guys," and they're walking away.
I know, Canadian, like, if it was in America, they would have been arrested. And,
Totally.
But in Canada, like, oh, what a goofy thing. See you later.
So they come back home, and he has this... so Matt tells... What's his friend's name? Fuck. I have it up. That's why I can't believe I can't remember it. Jay.
Yeah, okay.
So he tells Jay that he's going to Back to the Future it. He's going to create a time machine. And
meanwhile, Jay's kind of like, you know, the movie opens with them like showing a stunt they did, I guess, in the show, like the first thing they did in 2007. And so you get the sense that like 20 years later, Jay is kind of like over Matt's bullshit, but he is too much of a coward to just like call him out on it. So he just has to kind of like listen to another fucking plan.
Yeah. And so he's talking about how he's going to convert their RV to the DeLorean, the time machine. He's going to build a flux capacitor.
Like he could just do it, yeah.
And so he puts in the VHS of Back to the Future to help him. And while he's doing this, Jay goes upstairs and calls a bar in Ottawa for open mic night. And he says, "So I can just have a gig?"
It's that easy.
Yeah. The camera's on him, and it has this epiphany that all he had to do is ask to play. And so he can. So Matt goes out and he outfits in one night their RV into a time machine, and he thinks it doesn't work, and he kicks it, and his orbits falls and breaks on it.
Yeah, the flux capacitor is built into like the fridge.
Yeah. And then he just passes out in the bed. And Jay wakes up in the morning, and he's going to drive to Ottawa, which is 5 hours away for his gig. And so he takes it out, and he finds out that Matt's still in there. He hits it going 88, and they go back to 2008, which is really funny.
Yeah,
because
it's just like present day, but they've dressed it up with like posters from like the Dark Knight
Yeah.
and everything.
And they go to their apartment and they see younger versions of themselves, but they're too dumb to realize that there's old versions of themselves in the house. And what I love about this movie is they keep doing flashbacks of what a character says, and then there's little PSs at the end of every one. And as it was going throughout the movie, I go, wait a minute, did I miss this scene? Did he actually say that in this scene? And then as it goes on, you find out that no, it's added later. And so they're trying to get out of there because they need to find more orbits to go back in time, because there's a case of orbits at their apartment. And when they're there, is it Matt or Jay? One of them erases the board of, get to the Rivoli or something.
Probably Jay, because he's kind of
Yeah.
trying to sabotage at this point because he doesn't want to.
Yeah. So they erase it because again, it's like a little fight, and so they're able to go back in time again. And when they do, Jay is some huge superstar.
Yeah.
And
Solo act.
Yeah, and he doesn't
with a new band.
Yeah, he doesn't recognize Matt.
Matt goes home to his. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he goes
Matt's
home.
got his new crew.
Yeah, he's got his new crew, who's a cover band of Jay's band. And I forgot to mention that his favorite game is to play James Bond with his fake gun that's on the wall.
That was my favorite part of the movie.
Oh, dude, it was insane. So,
So as Jay figures out that he's like this huge superstar, and I think like he got pissed, and like so
Yeah.
him and Matt have been separated from the movie. Yeah, Jay starts wandering around. He finds his mansion. He goes to his own concert, and then like the next day he's like wandering around in his RV, and he finds this gun. And for some reason, like he starts showing the new band guys. Who are like the new band guys are just session musicians. They're not really like
yeah, I'm like, okay,
buddies with
cool,
him.
dude. He's like, no, let's play like James Bond.
He accidentally shoots the guy in the head.
Blows his head off.
And then for the rest of the movie, he's wanted for murder. And he has to try to hook up with Matt again so that he can go back in time to like stop himself from doing that.
Yeah, and I love too. He breaks the fourth wall. He says, "You guys know what I'm going to do, right?" But that's where they bring back the random people on the street. So they run an extension cord from the top of the CN Tower, because this movie literally plays out like Back to the Future.
Yep.
They know the exact time that the lightning's going to strike the tower. So they're running a cord from there. So they put an extension cord, and he tells that one guy, he says, "Hey man, you mind watching this for 30 minutes so it doesn't become unplugged?"
Yeah.
Okay. And the guy stays there.
Yep. So like, I know they built the box on the street to connect to, and obviously there's like a real cord dang. But I'm like, is it really fully attached to the CN Tower? Like it can't be, right?
No, I would say no.
Yeah, it has to be CGI from like a certain level, right? Yeah.
But it's so, the movie's so fucking funny and brilliant.
Yeah. And the characters are so dumb.
They're so dumb.
But yeah, like Jay just becomes like such a terrible person because he's like exploiting Matt so he can like go back in time to like save his solo career. But he's also like hiding from the cops. That whole like Van Street chase too. I'm just like, if it was like that again, that had to be planned out. Like you can't just like guerrilla style shot that with like real cop cars chasing them down Toronto. Oh, it's amazing.
He goes, "We'll play James Bond." And it's super violent. Like his head explodes and
blood all over the back of the wall, and
he just runs out.
All the other bandmates are like screaming.
It's, definitely didn't go where I thought it was going to go. And the whole crux of it is the slogan on Orbit's bottles, which it's lightning in a bottle, and that's what gives it its power. It's like I said, it's stupid, but in a brilliant way. Of these guys have definitely tapped into it. And
what was it? The one part where they're talking about like, can we use the music? I think we can control. You'll probably never see this if it happens. Like they break the fourth wall to tell us like,
but they use maybe 5 seconds of it.
Yeah, of the Alan Silvestri theme. Yeah.
And if I was Robert Zemeckis or Alan Silvestri, I'd be like, okay, cool, use it totally.
Yeah.
Because here's
Well,
the thing.
Probably up to Universal.
Yeah, Universal, but they don't make fun of Back to the Future. In fact, I think they pay pretty loving tribute to it because everything that happens in that movie happened in Back to the Future. So they're basically just validating that Back to the Future is true. So yeah, everybody needs to see this movie. Go out and support these guys.
I want to try to find their show.
Yeah, can you not watch it on YouTube or anything?
Yeah, I looked at it like, I did a Roku search.
Yeah.
Can't find it. It might be on YouTube. I haven't checked that.
But yeah, it's brilliant in all the right ways. It's probably the most fun I had at a comedy in a long time.
You can keep talking while I look.
Oh no, I'm just thinking. Because right now I have it at 4.5 stars on Letterboxd. I think if I
Might
keep
bump
on
it up. Yeah.
keep on watching it, I might bump it up more.
It is playing tomorrow and Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday
Oh
and
shit,
Monday.
I didn't see it on there.
Yep. All it sounds like.
It's weird. All the Alamos were closed yesterday, except for Sloan's Lake, because I was going to go see a movie because I had nothing going on yesterday.
Weird. Maybe a water main broke again or something.
We watch films throughout the week in a segment I call What We've Been Watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Brad, what'd you watch this week?
So much stuff. I guess the big thing is Clue was playing at the Paramount Theater, and Leslie Ann Warren was in attendance, and she did a Q&A and talked about Clue.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Was that the Paramount, right?
Yeah. So that was fun. None of the Q&A was like new stuff for like that I knew. Yeah. But it was just cool to like see the movie and in that venue and just get to hear her talk. I guess the other big thing that isn't a major movie is I finally watched the third highest grossing movie of all time,
Which is
Titanic.
Oh.
Avoided it since the 90s. I mean, I don't know if avoid, but just like never tried to see it.
It's better than I remember. I watched it recently because I saw it in 1997, and I go, I'm not going to watch this again. And then I watch it again and say, oh, it's not too bad.
The third act is great.
Yeah.
The boat sinking.
Yeah.
The other 2/3 of it leading up to everything is like the actors really like trying to elevate a bad dialogue script, and it seems like everyone talking, it just feels like you're going through a video game and you're just hearing NPC characters talk to each other.
funny.
Especially like the band guys on the deck.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like, we got to get that gold type stuff going on.
That's an old joke.
Yeah.
For all those listening, when Magnificent Seven remake
10 years ago
came out, there's this horrible ADR where it's like, we got to get that gold.
that Ryan was like really fixated on. The rest of us are like,
Because it took me out of the movie.
it's like the very end of the movie. Ruined the next 2 hours for him.
Yep.
But yeah, like the CGI boat doesn't really hold up. I don't think Bill Paxton's delivery of everything is terrible in the movie. Like, he's in a legend or whatever, but like, there's literally a part where they're
shit on the dead, bro.
he's interviewing the old lady. It's like second time, like we jump back to the present, and it's literally like just his dialogue is just I don't know, like they're not doing an interview of the woman for like television or something, but he's just like coercing to like it's like he's giving exposition of like, so you found this and then you did that and then like, so take us back to when, it's just like so contrived. But yeah, and then like by the end I was just thinking like Kate Winslet has known Jack for I don't know what 3 hours and she basically like, gives up her life for him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the boat's only been out in the water for like 3 hours and like she's just totally like reversed her entire life to I don't know.
Well, he took her to that party, bro.
I know Billy Zane's like a terrible dude or whatever, but still, it just seems like, a lot of, I don't know. It was, I get the appeal, but just like, man,
Yeah.
This is
It's like I said, it's better than I remembered it.
like this is like this. People came back and saw this like 7 or 8 times.
Oh, yeah.
Like I could probably do it like once every 10 years.
It's the one thing of James Cameron later films that I've never understood. No, and I'm not saying Avatar movies are bad, but are they 2 billion, 3 billion good?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I don't know what the appeal is. And I don't know if I'm just jaded or what, but I just not me.
Yeah, like I would fast forward and just watch the boat sink again. Like it's, but yeah, people came back and saw that movie 7 or 8 times.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
Because you think back then, I mean, what's a movie ticket? Probably $7-8, and it grossed over 600 million in the United States.
yeah. So new stuff I saw, that Cold Storage is like,
That's the zombie movie, right?
yeah, it's not really zombies. It's like an infection movie. But yeah, Joe Keery plays this guy who's out of prison. He's got this job at a storage unit, and the government stored like this alien virus there. They abandoned it, but didn't take it with them. And then, yeah, some storage unit bought the property, built the storage unit on top of it. So underground, there's still like this dangerous cold storage area that eventually like the environment breaks and the thing gets out, and it's been slowly working its way back up through like the rocks and everything. And it gets out this one particular night, and then yeah, Joe Keery's like covering the overnight shift, and then Liam Neeson's in it. He's the original guy who found the original virus, and the government's like, hey, you gotta go clean up our mess, this is getting out again. And so yeah, the infection is pretty cool. Like all the people that it infects are still pretty present, but they're just like throwing up and like they want to like eat other people's brains. And then Joe Keery's boss is like using the storage unit to hide contraband, so he sneaks back in with like his biker buddies, to like move with these TVs, and they get infected. Really weirdly, Vanessa Redgrave, who's like 90 in it, like super frail looking and everything. She's an old lady who lives at the unit because she can't live anywhere else. But she shows up for like 2 things, and gets to shoot a gun, and then like just disappears from the movie. Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of like, I don't know. Like there's such a like a student film vibe about it, even though it's like really professionally produced. I guess script wise, it kind of has that like
Not fleshed out enough.
no, it has that like the edginess of like the Smoking Aces, or wanting to be a Tarantino style dialogue thing. So I saw How to Make a Killing, which is
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell's A24 movie, which I don't know, it's just good. You'd think that like watching him off all the different members of his family would be more interesting, but there's literally one where like he just like snuffs out like one of, like you never really meet the woman. She's like goes to a sauna and then dies. I forget what he does. I think he puts a poison in the air or something. But like there's not really an attention to like how like really the specifics of his plan to kill each person. It's really about his like, the movie starts to question like, why are you pursuing this wealth so much? Like when you kind of already have everything. He kills one character to get to this level, and then he kills another character at this level, but then he meets like this other character that he has to kill eventually, but becomes friends with. So he's conflicted about like, how far should I keep going with this? But then Margaret Qualley's character is like a gold digger who's playing him, and she kind of instigates like, without kind of revealing her plan to keep him doing. But at a certain point, he's like, okay, he's got like everything he wants. He doesn't need to go like the next 4 steps, but he just does because out of like, okay, that was the plan from the beginning, so I should keep doing it. But yeah, like all the characters are kind of bad, so you're just kind of like, I don't know what I should be rooting for.
Yeah.
And then when he gets his comeuppance, you're like, okay, like that's how it should be, but like I don't know if it's like a satisfying ending altogether. So yeah. And then the last new thing I saw was awesome, super weird. It's called Dance Freak.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah. It's one night only Alamo thing for Weird Wednesday, but it's made by guys who do like Adult Swim shows. And it's about this this entity. It's like this guy who's just dancing, and if you see him dance, it kills you. It's so weird, but like visually amazing because it's so like Adult Swim bizarre.
Yeah.
Like the stuff you see in it, and like the visuals are just crazy, just flat out crazy. But yeah, I'm trying to remember like what the actual true story was. I mean, there was one. There's this guy, his life's falling apart, and then he discovers his doppelganger is this dance freak guy who's like killing other people.
So the dance freak's not supernatural.
It's a science experiment that got out.
Okay.
And so his girlfriend is running for mayor. And so together they're trying to track down this dance freak, and they team up with like one of the scientists who let it get out. And then they find out it's a doppelganger of him, and there's like this town, like this group of bullies called what are they? Damn it.
Riveting.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, it's just like it's so weird, but it's like amazingly, like visually, like amazing. Like it's one of the like, most unique things I've ever seen.
Oh wow!
So if you can stand some crazy, definitely check it out. But I really can't explain the story to you because it's just so all over the map. Yeah, I saw Wuthering Heights.
You did?
That's a new one. Yeah. Again, that's like.
I'm sorry.
It's like.
Sorry.
It's visually amazing, but it's hard to like get into a movie where like the two main characters are shitty people. Like
Isn't that the point of Wuthering Heights, though?
It's the epitome of the Patton Oswalt bit of like trying to fuck. Are they gonna fuck? Probably. And like yeah, them trying to get together just ruins each other's lives. So, but like from a cinematography point, it's incredible. Like there's some beautiful just like you don't see it in you don't notice it in the trailer, but like the estate, Wuthering Heights estate, where they live, like there's a little house or whatever, but there's those rocks, and then because the shot sits on it longer, I realized that the way the rocks are formed, it's basically like an open book.
Oh,
like a book that's like sitting open. Like God, that's cool. And then like in the trailer, like he's riding the horse, and it looks like a romance novel. But yeah, I know it's wildly unfaithful to the book. Even though I haven't read it.
You just know?
Yeah, I just heard things. I'm like, but it also doesn't matter because I'm like, it's in quotes Wuthering Heights, so it's Emerald Fennell's version of whatever. So
and, wasn't that book written in 1820 or something?
I don't know. Yeah.
Probably okay to make your own spin on it.
Yeah, I mean they've had like 7 or 8 other adaptations of it.
Sure,
why not? Like good, make it weird and yeah. Oddly enough, it wasn't as weird as I was hoping. It's pretty straightforward. I was expecting something like a Saltburn of it, but it's pretty normal. But yeah, this like the cinematography is what stands out the most. There's like some great visuals in it. Anyway, that's what I watched.
Cool. So one of my favorite things to do is to go to Vinegar Syndrome, the store in Denver, and I will just look at because they make really cool slip covers. And so I look for ones that are stupid or provocative, and I have no idea what the movie is about. I'm not even joking. And I'll just get it, because whatever. What else am I going to do on a Friday night when I'm here by myself? So I got Vice Squad 1 through 6, which, again, I have no idea what it is. It's literally just women cops in lingerie.
Looks like Ladies Police Academy to me.
So it is. It's a parody of Police Academy, which in itself is a parody of police movies. But there is no sound effects guy. It's really lo-fi. It's not, I don't know if it's competently made, but there is this charm to it that's hard to put your finger on. It's about this woman named the Queen Bee. She's dealing drugs throughout Los Angeles, and the Vice Squad is a bunch of smoking hot girls that are still in Vice Academy, so they're still in school. And for their final is they have to meet this quota of arresting 10 people, which they infiltrate a porn ring where one of their undercover ladies has to be a porn actress. There's not a lot of nudity in it, maybe 10 seconds. But the women there are kind of, silly, and the Queen Bee is literally dressed up like a bee. But there is a couple parts where I laughed. The teacher, like the one nudity bit I even remember is the teacher brings them up and she says, "How are you going to arrest this guy?" And she pulls down her shirt and the guy just stares at her and then she arrests him. Then they go out onto the shooting range and this one girl can't hit everything. And every time she pulls the trigger, you hear a dog yelp and you hear some guy go, "Oh, I got shot." It's literally the Patton Oswalt bit where something happens off camera, but it's funny. I don't know. There's a charm to it. I haven't watched any of the other ones, but I did watch the special features because it's literally all 6 of them are on this.
There's 6 of these.
Yeah. But I went when they were doing the Valentine Scares or whatever they call it. And it's normally $50 and it was on sale for, I think, $30. So I'm like, 6 movies, whatever. It's a cool slipcover. And, the first movie is whatever. It's not great, but it's still fun. Just know Vinegar Syndrome releases some good movies on their stuff, but I know when I get their things, chances are it's not the best movie. It's all about the product and how well you enjoy the entertainment. I watched Attack of the Clones, which I hadn't seen. Oh my God. I don't even know the last time I saw that movie. It's another Blu-ray I own that I haven't watched. It's the 4K version. But
you didn't watch the trilogy. You jumped right to Attack of the Clones.
I literally, the last Kellen, because I've been doing this random movie thing. So 3 weeks ago, I got episode 4, and Kellen watched it with me. He says, "Oh, this is really cool, Dad." I took Kellen last year to see Revenge of the Sith in the theaters, and so we watched Attack of the Clones. And he said, "Dad, why do you show me these out of order?"
Yeah, it's like,
and I go,
"It's super weird for him."
That's a good point, son. Watching that film again, there is some cool parts. I think the music's really great in it. But it can't get past the clunky line delivery by Hayden Christensen. And I mean, Ewan McGregor's great as Obi-Wan in it. It's just, I don't know. There's something missing in that movie, and I can't really pinpoint it as far as Star Wars. I think maybe the sense of wonder or adventure is kind of gone from that movie. There's really no
real sets.
Yeah, there's parts. So have you seen it in 4K yet?
No.
Oh man, there's parts where I go, "Oh my God, it literally looks like
the boat from Titanic."
Yeah, but the whole set. And it's just, and that's maybe too where it lost its soul, because even Revenge of the Sith kind of goes back to having sets. Attack of the Clones is just, it feels really plasticky. And one of the trademarks of the original trilogy is it kind of had this dirty lo-fi look to it because it's
a lived-in world.
Yeah.
It's funny. I remember watching Attack of the Clones in the theater when it came out, just being like, the Yoda fight at the end is amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, 20 years later, I was like, God, the dialogue is so bad, the delivery is so bad, the love story is just like, why do these people like each other other than that they have to?
Yeah. And I think too, one of the biggest missteps I think Lucas made with the prequel trilogy is I really think he should have started with Revenge of the Sith, where he just starts with, Anakin's already the apprentice, and then he turns, and then you can have 2 movies of Vader, which I think would have helped.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the stuff feels contrived.
I want to try to either make my own version or Topher Topher Grace, like he edited like the 3 movies into one movie.
Yeah.
I really think there's probably like one good movie in those 3 together.
Yeah, I mean, I still enjoy it though. I'm really torn on it because I don't think it's a shit movie, but maybe the expectations of the other films really hurt it. I don't know. I'm still trying to put my finger on it. Like, I still enjoyed it, but I feel it should have been more. I don't know if that even makes any sense.
Waiting until the 3rd movie to like show Anakin's turn is just like it should happen in the 2nd one.
Yeah, maybe still have the first one where he's,
you set everything up.
Yeah, then you have him turn. Yeah, you're probably right.
Like maybe his mom dies at the end of the first one, so there's like when you get to the 2nd one, there's a reason where like you feel like he could have a darkness because by the end of the first one he's just a kid.
Yeah,
like there's no foreshadowing that like
besides
anything's
Yoda,
wrong with him. Yeah, Yoda just being like, oh, I think he might be bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if there's like you're suspicious of him by the end of the first one, and he makes the turn to the dark side in the 2nd one, then you have the resolution in the 3rd one of like, he is Darth Vader, and like leads into.
Yeah,
later.
it's
but he can't be redeemed
because
yet.
when I was watching it, even Kelly, he loved the Yoda scene, and I remember being in theaters and people going crazy in that scene. So yeah, it's a double-edged sword for me, that movie. And the last thing I watched is another Vinegar Syndrome. It's called Angel, and in it stars. I was watching. Where do I know this lead actress from? She's in Jaws too. So she plays this young girl named Angel, who is a straight A student by day, and she's a prostitute at night. Which the premise already, you go, okay, that's kind of silly. But surprisingly, this movie is more of a drama, and she's. I mean, some of the acting's kind of heavy-handed and melodramatic, but it devolves too into this crazy serial killer thing where the killer is kind of creepy in it. The most famous scene in it is that he pokes a hole in a raw egg and he sucks the yolk out. It's really bizarre. And so this killer is going around and killing sex workers, and this girl Angel, I can't remember her not street name, sorry, but she goes to school and she gets straight A's, and she lives with her mom in her apartment, and her mom is an invalid, so she can't get out of bed. Well, she gets tangled up with this serial killer, and she escapes him. And the cops come to see her, and you find out that her mom left her there, and she lives by herself, and that's why she's on the streets. It's because she doesn't want to go into foster care. She wants to take care of herself and go to college. And so it has this really interesting message about how we treat people. I mean, she's a young girl. I'm not saying that child prostitution's good. I'm just saying that the message is she'd rather do that than be put in foster care. And they have a trans person as her father figure, and it's just handled really well. They don't really focus on it. It's just a dude who's a woman, but they never really say about it, just who she is. And it's kind of refreshing because this movie came out in 1983. So. And then I watched the making of it, and they didn't get any permits to shoot on Hollywood Boulevard. So they shot guerrilla style on Hollywood Boulevard. And they said the craziest scene is there's a part where Angel, she's running down, I'm not sure where, but it's definitely on the Walk of Fame. And she has this huge .45 gun. And they were afraid the cops were going to be called on them because they're literally filming her running and pulling up to shoot this serial killer. So there's gore in it. But I was surprised it was more melodramatic than I thought it was going to be, and surprisingly a better movie than I thought it was going to be. And the special features, Vinegar Syndrome does awesome with special features because they kind of they're not heavily edited, and when they interview people, I've always said it's a Kino Lorber, but I love when people are just honest and they say, this movie's a piece of shit, and I'll tell you why. But yeah, so. It's not on sale anymore, but I got it for, I think, $15 at Vinegar Syndrome store. So always keep an eye out for their sales. And did you know there's a membership there? I had no idea. But I'm the 16 millimeter, and I have something, I think 1,500 points. So I have $15 off a movie if I want.
Nice. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I watched this week. Next week we're seeing Scream 7. I can't believe there's 7 of them.
Me neither.
So stay tuned for that. Until next time, we'll see you at the movies.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot up. A real nerd can follow the plot. And a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action. Real nerds.
Thanks for listening to Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. Stream or download episodes, read articles at realnerdspodcast.com. Stream us on Apple or Google Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast, Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. Watch us on YouTube, Real Nerds Podcast. Email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Call us at 720-6nerds5. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill, Mike at Plan 9 Studios, and Bolognium for all of our groovy theme songs. And that's how you fucking do it.